got Schwarber doing what he's doing. I think he's got 40-some bombs, 41, 42 bombs, almost 100 ribbies, you know, and all of a sudden he's in the MVP conversation. You've got Ohtani just hit his 41st homer, and he's back pitching. And, like, when I'm looking at him, I'm thinking, hey, man, Schwarber might be the MVP. Now, is Ohtani being back pitching for the last 2 months going to make this not a race anymore?
That's a great question, man. The thing is, to me, you know, it goes back to the MVP. What's the MVP? And like, I feel like if Schwarber wasn't on the Phillies right now, they'd be in deep. I feel like if Ohtani wasn't on the Dodgers right now, I don't know how bad they would be. I feel like the Phillies would be worse without Schwarber than the Dodgers would be without Ohtani. And I know that sounds crazy. Wait, can I change my vote? Because I just pulled up Ohtani's player card. And he's leading the league in slugging percentage, OPS, OPS plus, OBA, RBAT, total bases, intentional walks, runs.
Is he really?
Appearances. How is that possible?
I didn't realize that either.
Oh, it's over, dude.
It's over.
Dude, he's hitting 282 with 40 and 76 and 16 stolen bases and pitching.
Dude, I think he's so good that we're just taking it for granted.
I'm sorry.
We just start throwing names in there like, how about Schwarber?
No.
You know, how about Alonso?
Nope. Oh, you're right. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Shohei. I was dead. I'm an embarrassment. I hope everybody listens to the end of this show. That's unbelievable. He's leading the league in every offensive category.
It's incredible. It's incredible. It's incredible. 5 innings the other day, 8 punchies.
Yeah. Do you know his numbers to start his career, both offensively and defensively, and pitching wise, like are the exact same? Like were the exact same as Babe Ruth's? Like his pitching record was the same as Babe Ruth for a while. It's really weird.
It almost feel like, honestly, I'm just throwing it out there. I'm saying my first thought was, is he reincarnated as Babe Ruth? Did Babe Ruth come back as the greatest 6'5" Japanese pitcher, just throwing gasoline and bombs? Because I'm telling you, dude, to have those numbers be exactly the same, I'm like, that's incredible. I don't know.
It's unbelievable. All right.
He's the new Babe.
I love it, dude.
Let's talk about the NL MVP. Let me set the record straight real quick. Shohei Ohtani is the clear-cut NL MVP. His numbers this year, over 40 homers, an OPS over 1,000. Now he's back on the mound, and what we saw the other day was the epitome of what Shohei Ohtani is. He started on the mound. By the way, he's rehabbing. I don't think people are properly getting that through their head. We are seeing Shohei Ohtani rehab on a big league mound starting baseball games because you can't rehab him properly with live sim games off to the side. He's too good for that. You can't send him down to the minor leagues because you need his bat in the lineup. We are seeing him rehab and figure things out and build up his stamina on a big league mound in big league games. And what he did the other day, striking out 8 guys, 8 batters in 4 innings, throwing 100 miles an hour, walking off the mound, putting on his helmet, and hitting absolute moonshot homers to the opposite field, deep left center. Homer number 40 on the year. Now he's up over that. Now the push for 50 is in tow. It's what makes Shohei Ohtani the greatest player of all time. The other day, his last outing on the mound, hitting a homer. That is the epitome of what makes Shohei Ohtani the greatest player of all time. So I've seen NL MVP conversations out there, and people just want to have a conversation, and I get it. I really do. It's fun to have a conversation. It's fun to talk about how good PCA is and how good this year has been. It's fun to talk about Kyle Schwarber and the tear that he has been on. But stop it. There is no NL MVP conversation this year. Stop it. This man is the greatest player of all time. Appreciate it while we can. Shohei Ohtani is going to win the NL MVP. It's going to be his 3rd in a row. It's going to be his 4th. He's going to be the 2nd player to ever win 4 or more MVPs. The first to do it without taking performance-enhancing drugs.
When you talk about the numbers, and I get that Ohtani is also a pitcher, but he hasn't pitched that much this season. No. So you can't really factor that in right now. And you look at the numbers, you could make the argument that Kyle Schwarber is having a better season. Schwarber's got more home runs. He's got 21 more RBIs than Shohei Ohtani does. He actually has a higher on-base percentage. So when you look at these numbers, yeah, I know that there's some in favor of Shohei Ohtani. He's got a higher WAR, the wins above replacement that a lot of people love. He's got more hits, talking about Shohei Ohtani. Yep. But it's pretty damn close. And what I look at, when you really look at the definition, most valuable player, has there been a more valuable player to the Philadelphia Phillies than Kyle Schwarber has been this season? Both teams are sitting in first place. You look at the Phillies, you look at the Dodgers. Phillies are 64-48. The Dodgers are 65-48. Almost identical records. But here's why I say Schwarber has been more valuable. He has 94 RBIs. There's only one person on the Phillies besides Kyle Schwarber that even has more than 50 RBIs, and that's Castellanos with 60. Look at the Dodgers. They got 5 other players with more than 50 RBIs. In fact, they got 3 others who have more than 60 RBIs. So when you talk about most valuable, Kyle Schwarber has been more valuable to the Phillies this season than Shohei Ohtani has been to the Dodgers. I think the argument could be made that Kyle Schwarber should legitimately win the National League MVP.
I think he's got a very good chance. And I wouldn't have said this in years past. I just don't think that DH title is what it used to be. I think if you look at and you compare as to how important he is to his ball club, you take Kyle Schwarber out of there and his 94 RBIs and his 30 whatever or 40 home runs, yeah, you're taking away half their offense. Half of their offense. Think about it for a second. It's and I'm not saying that like as a joke. I know I'm kind of being a little facetious with it, but I look at it like this. If this is a guy that could come up big like he does right now, he is the guy leading this team, nobody else.
With Kyle Schwarber. Yeah, welcome to the 40 Club again. Is he MVP material?
I mean, he's MVP vote material, but you know, they don't give MVPs to DHs unless you go 50-50. So like, or almost 60-60. I think he's in the conversation. I understand what he means to the city of Philadelphia and that team. I love watching this guy play, but that's just the facts is, you know, even with this season he's putting up, like he's not going to win MVP because he doesn't play the field. Like that's just how it is, Chris. That's how it's always been. You have to do something completely outrageous. If this guy gets to 60 homers, like maybe we're talking. But as of, you know, kind of the trajectory he's on right now, although it's a great one and he's going to have a great season, I just don't think that he's going to surpass Fernando Tatis, a Pete Crow Armstrong, probably not even a Shohei. Like that, those are the guys that are, I mean, definitely a Shohei.
So I think we both agree that he's not, you know, I would have him maybe 3rd or 4th in the NL MVP voting, which for a pure DH is pretty damn good. I'd like to know if anybody else thinks that he has a chance of finishing higher.
I would say it's him and Ohtani and Tatis before Schwarber. Chris, I just looked up NL MVP odds, and I was way off.
What do you got?
So Shohei still leads by a sizable margin. Schwarber is number 2 in current MVP odds. And maybe that's just, you know, lit from last night in the 40 homers and the Grand Slam. I'm looking at like WAR for position players in the NL. It is PCA. It is Tatis. It's Kyle Tucker, who I kind of forgot about. Mm-hmm. And then it's Ohtani. Schwarber's down at 7.
He's down.
Right now, 2nd in the MVP odds behind Ohtani. And Tatis is isn't even mentioned.
ご視聴ありがとうございました。チャンネル登録と高評価よろしくお願いします。